Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder of Landscape Marketing Hero. And today, what I want to share with you is why marketing is challenging for most landscapers and how you can fix that. It doesn't have to be a challenge. It can be effective. It can be something that you actually enjoy. And so I'm going to break down for you exactly how that works. So stay tuned and we'll get into it. I'm Gabe Arnold, and this is the Green Mountain Podcast. We are the champions who brave the elements to create beauty. We see chaos and create order. We are never afraid of hard work, and we understand the power of strategic thinking and intentional actions. We come from all walks of life, and we will never allow our past to determine our future potential. We create beauty around the homes of our customers and increase the value of our community with the work that we do every day. We understand the power of consistent branding because it helps us grow and serve all those around us. We practice effective sales so our company, employees, and community can benefit from the value we add. We intentionally invest in operational habits that help us deliver excellent results to our customers on a continual basis. We understand that powerful and beautiful things take time to grow, and with consistent watering and intention, amazing results can happen. We are committed to making the world a better place by being positive examples to all those around us. We don't allow anyone to look down on us because we know the value we bring to our community as leaders. We create positive workplaces for our employees so they feel safe and supported, and at the same time, we hold ourselves to high standards. We pursue excellence on a daily basis because we know the journey is worth the sacrifice. We are the protectors of the land. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the heroes. We are landscapers. I remember quite a few years ago when I had my contracting company and we were in the middle of putting in a French drain, and there was an area on the property where we couldn't use a backhoe, we couldn't use any equipment. And so me and one of my other employees were digging this ditch through some of the trees, some of the areas that we just couldn't use equipment on. And I had a new employee there. And I'm like, hey, we're going to dig today, which is always something that appears challenging to new folks that have not dug by hand, right? That's something that we always train our laborers, the folks that are help us with those things. And so I said, hey, go grab a shovel and grab a pickaxe, and we're going to start digging. And I mapped out where we're digging. I said, you'll start here, I'll start here, we'll meet in the middle. And we started the process. And so having dug, I don't know how much dirt out of the ground over the years by hand, I know that I just can dig, throw in the wheelbarrow, scoop it out, and just consistency over time is what gets the result. One of the things my grandfather always told me is don't move your feet, don't move your feet. Because if you're walking around, you're wasting time. Try to stay in one place and dig, and then you can move after that. And so I was doing that. And as I was watching my new employee, they, would move their wheelbarrow around and making sure it was right where they wanted it. And then they would take a couple scoops with the shovel and put in the wheelbarrow. And then they would try the pickaxe, and they would keep switching strategies. And I just kept doing my same consistent thing. And I beat them. They only got 20% or 30% done, and I did the rest. And at the end, I said, you know what you did wrong? And they said, no. I said, you kept changing strategies. You kept, moving around. You kept getting distracted from the main thing that you're here to do today, which is to dig and make this trench so we can put the French drain in and we can move on. And that's the same kind of thing that I see happen with a lot of landscaping business owners, is because they don't understand marketing. They end up changing strategies frequently, whether they're changing their approach or making a new offer they're not sure about, or changing a marketing company, or switching from Angie's to Home Advisor, or, posting on Facebook, but then they don't get results from that immediately and they go to Nextdoor. Anytime we change strategies consistently and, we're not actually having traction and results in one focused path, and so our marketing doesn't work. And it just comes from not knowing the right approach. Just like the first time you mowed a lawn, maybe you didn't know how to stripe it the way that, an experienced landscaping professional did. Or maybe, you were putting in a walkway or a patio or a retaining wall, and you just didn't understand the process. And so you had to do a part of it twice. That's normal when we're learning. But if we're not coming to a situation with the intention of learning how to do something, then we end up just spinning our wheels and wasting a lot of time. I don't want you to have that same challenge in marketing that you see a new employee have when they just don't know the ropes. So the first thing to realize is make sure that you actually understand the value that you bring to your customers. Because when you understand that in your marketing, you're going to be able to talk about the things they truly value not what you value or you're interested in. And that's part of the challenge of being an entrepreneur. It's part of the challenge of being an owner of a landscaping company is we have all this knowledge. We know exactly what should be done. We've done dozens, if not hundreds, maybe even thousands of projects. And so we have what a lot of people call the expert's curse. You are the expert. You know everything about it. And so you don't know how to communicate in the same way that your prospects and customers do. It's one of the reasons why we talked on the show this week about talking to your customers on a monthly basis, essentially interviewing them and learning where they're at, what they need, what value you're bringing, what else you can improve. Because we have to approach marketing through the eyes of our prospects, through the eyes of our customers, and not from our perspective. So the first thing to do to make marketing not a challenge is to be consistent in what you're doing. Don't change strategies all the time because you'll never get traction. The second thing is to make sure that you actually understand the true value you bring to your customers and what they think is important, what they enjoy about your process, why they hired you. It's all about them, because if you understand their perspective, you understand the words they actually use when they're talking about the value you bring and why they chose to work with you. That's when you're going to be able to use that in your marketing, use that in your advertising, use it in your sales process, because you're going to be speaking their language. You're going to be solving the problems that they think are important first, and then deliver to the things that they actually need as a part of that. And the third thing I'll mention that always causes problems and challenges for landscapers when they're doing marketing is if you simply, go off of what your competitors are doing, you're going to struggle, because if you go off their pricing, it's not going to work for your business. It's not going to work exactly. If you go with their marketing strategy and their message and their style and approach, you're going to sound like them, and there'll be a disconnect between what you actually do inside your company, which is completely unique because it's your company, it's your organism, it's your creation. There's going to be a disconnect between what you actually do and what your advertising is saying, and you're going to create friction in the beginning of the relationship with that prospect and that customer, which will just lead to problems down the road. And so in order to truly own your marketing, as we talked about in the show earlier this week as well, make sure that you really know the value that your customers are getting from you by having those ongoing conversations, by really getting to know them at a deeper level. And then make sure that you're not just modeling after the competition with their pricing, their approach, their, whatever they're doing in marketing. Truly make it unique in your style, your voice, and talking about the value that your customers tell you that you bring. And then third, just make sure that whatever you decide to do, you stick with it for the long run, and you don't consistently change strategies. You don't hire a bunch of different companies. You don't change things all the time, because you'll never make progress towards your ultimate goal. So I would encourage you to think through those things. If you need help with any of your marketing, if you want to even understand the process that we help our clients go through to talk to their customers, if you want to understand the best channels that perform when you truly own your marketing and have exclusive leads that are coming to you, please reach out at landscapemarketinghero.com. We appreciate you taking time to tune in. I look forward to seeing you on next week's show. If you're ready to begin your journey up the Green Mountain, where we show you how to build a low-stress, high-profit, $10 million per year landscaping company, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com to download your free growth map. One of our guides will be there to help you along the way. Again, that's landscapemarketinghero.com.